Chicago. Welcome back to CCT News. Today's top story includes the new method of raising money for the decreasing Highway Trust Fund. Right now, it is only beginning to appear as a topic of interest, and there is still much negotiation needed before any action is taken. But it is not to be taken lightly. More with Daria Derda for the Ascenic story.
Thank you very much, Sujat. You said it yourself. There's a variety of details and opinions that must come together and agree before any government-wide action is taken. But many states have already begun testing that will continue over the next decade with a $90 million pilot project. The black box on the dashboard transmits every mile driven. Not to mention, some have GPS monitoring. The miles recorded would then be taxed, yet the amount taxed is still yet to be determined. As pleased or displeased as some may be, there is a dire need for a new form of fuel tax. According to the Highway Trust Fund, which helps them repair and construct roads, there will be a negative balance by 2015. Only time will tell if this will be the only solution. But one thing seems for sure, there will be a solution coming. Back to you, Sujat.
This week we went to Conant High School to interview our Cougar of the Week, Steve Kerfis. How did you become a teacher?
Well, it's one of my buddies that actually said, well, you like people. He goes, why don't you do something like with teaching? And I'm like, not a bad idea. So I went back actually I went and talked to a few people, and they said, yeah, teaching, it'd be a good career. And I found out that math would be a good fit because I had a lot of math and engineering. And I went back to school. It took me a year to go into school for education classes, and then a semester of student teaching, and became a teacher. And I love teaching. I mean, so, when you say why teaching, it's even gotten better. I mean, I thought it was going to be a great job, but it's like an awesome job. I wake up every single morning not even thinking about, oh man, I got to go to work. It's almost like I just say I'm going to school, but I'm excited to be with the kids every day. I have a good time doing it. I have a good time being with the kids and teaching them about math, but also teaching them about life. And it's my passion just to be a teacher, and it hasn't grown old. I don't know if it'll ever grow old. I'll probably retire and miss it, but it's an awesome career.
Mm-hmm. So beyond teaching, I'm aware that you do some community activities, volunteer.
Yeah, so we had, this was several years ago. They used to do the Heart Walk for the American Heart Association, and then they stopped, or they allowed us then to do any charity. So we'd walk on a Sunday morning, and then let us do any charity. And so we started doing Cougars in Need, which is, for the Conant kids here. And then one year I asked somebody, I said, well, when are we doing the walk? And they're like, oh, we're not doing it anymore. I'm like, okay, so there was a lot of money going towards Cougars in Need, and so I decided I gotta kind of step up to the plate and do my own walk. So I have my own charity walk sometime in November, early November, before it gets too cold. We meet Sunday morning informally out by the sign, and we walk for about a half an hour. Kids donate money, and then I buy them breakfast afterwards at McDonald's, and basically, I think last year we raised $600, $600 to $700 for the past 3 years. It was our third year that we did it this year. You want to always, charity is an important thing. Charity helps you equalize things out, where it helps people that don't have something, and I try to promote that in class a lot too, with charity. That if you have the means to help out now, you do it, and if you don't, then you need charity, you take it now. But then when you do have the means, some other time, you definitely help out.
So would you like to leave Chicago with one last comment?
Sure. I mean, obviously I already talked about charity, but I think the last comment is, I chose a career that I really, really loved. And sometimes people don't choose a career that they love. They choose a career because it's based on money. And that's a really bad choice to pick a career. Some people say, why do you want to be a doctor? Well, I want to be a doctor because they make a lot of money. It's a really wrong decision to make, because you never get good at something if you just do it for the money. Now, if you say, why do you want to be a doctor? You want to help people. I want to find a cure. I want to allow people to live, things like that. Then you're picking the career for the right choice. So I think I picked the right career because I really love what I do, and so I'm really passionate about teaching. So that's the thing I love to leave Chicago with is, when you're picking a career, don't just go based on money or based on what your parents want you to do. You got to go based on what you want, what's going to benefit you, and what you think is going to help benefit mankind.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Truly a great man. On behalf of Joel, I'm Sujat Sultan.
And I'm Daria Derda. See you back here tomorrow for our morning news coverage.
Good night,
Chicago, and stay classy.